think I was just laid off. It's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I was laid off by Google. But that's okay, and I'll tell you why. But let me get to this flight first.
Yo, I'm out for show, fresh off the ropes. I gotta grab a bag of yo, I'm gone.
On my way to the airport, and it might be a while before I come back to the Bay Area. Taking these last few moments, I guess.
I gotta grab my bag of yo, I'm ghost. All you gotta do is say yes, it's getting late and I'm faded. Can't believe it, girl, we almost made it. Damn.
So about 2 weeks ago, I was laid off by Google, but I'm walking away from the whole thing with a great sense of gratitude, an understanding for why all of this happened, and a big sense of relief, to be honest. And I'm going to go through all of that in this video. I was notified just like how everyone else was. It was an automated email to my personal account, and when trying to access corporate resources, I was blocked. I wasn't able to access anything. Unfortunately for me, that morning also happened to be the day after my 7-year Googleversary. Kind of sucks, but I'm glad I was able to get, a full 7 years in. The other thing was I was on a business trip, so that morning was a little bit rushed. I had to rebook my flight, I had to check out of my hotel early, get to the airport, return my rental car, all that. Tried to capture all of that on film in the morning, but I didn't do very much talking. I was just kind of trying to get home. I admit that the news was pretty surprising. The way that I parsed the change, accepted it, and started to move on wasn't surprising, to be honest. And the reason why that is because I've been at Google for 7 years. Despite having accomplished so many things as an engineer and as a program manager, I was just kind of left feeling burnt out and tired and not myself anymore. But I think that is a huge contributing factor to why I'm taking this news much better than many other folks. Why I can kind of walk away from this whole experience with more positive feelings. Obviously, I feel sad, and my sadness is mostly not being able to say goodbye to everyone that I've worked with over those 7 years. As I mentioned earlier, I am walking away with 3 main takeaways. The very first one is a feeling of gratitude. Google gave me a great life, and even more importantly, it gave me great experiences. I got to meet so many cool, intelligent, amazing people. I got to travel the world for work. I got to travel the US for work. I got to touch products like Cloud, Stadia, YouTube. Not very many people can say that they've done those things. So, this is kind of a sad moment in time, but looking back, I only see positive things and good memories. The second is this feeling of understanding. This may not be popular with many people, especially if you're in the throes of grief over losing your job. But I understand from the business perspective. At the end of the day, Google is a publicly traded company, accountable to its investors, and it needs to do what it has to in order to ensure its existence 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Considering that business perspective, along with threats in the market that will compete with Google's businesses, regulation that Google needs to deal with, economic woes that we're experiencing. There's a lot of factors that play into why a decision like this needs to be made. Taking a holistic approach to the environment that we're operating in tech. This is not exactly an illogical outcome, and I think that perspective really is helping me deal with, the loss of that role or loss of being a Googler. And as an employee, you get hired, but you can also be let go. On to the next thing. Hopefully you came out of the experience stronger, with a better resume, with more skills, more experience, and you can go off and get the next thing that's even better. Finally, a great feeling of relief. I mentioned earlier that I was feeling burnt out and I felt like I lost myself and I couldn't direct as much energy into a lot of my passions external to work. I feel really relieved that I get to do that now. And hopefully you find something similar if you're affected in your own life. Hopefully you can get back into something that you didn't even know you forgot about. That said, this channel is one of the goals that I want to achieve post Google. I really want to get this channel started. I want to grow it into a community of folks that are courageous. This theme that I want to embed in the channel's culture is overcoming challenges, facing adversity, and creating a mindset, a resilient mindset that can carry you through any tough time. If that is something that interests you, then go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned. I want to share some of my own personal goals that I have for this year. All right, everyone have a good day, and I will catch y'all in the next video.